Good morning, students. I welcome you all for the science class. Okay, in this video, I'm going to revise lesson number 10. Okay, what is the topic of the lesson? The topic of the lesson is the animals without bones. Yes, we have already seen the lesson, isn't it? Can you just recall whatever you have seen? Yes, first we saw about the corals, isn't it? What are corals? Corals are nothing but the tiny soft creature that stick to the seabed. You can look at the picture. Corals are tiny soft creatures that stick to the seabed. And they build a hard chalky shells around themselves. And when they die, the shells pile up in strange shapes. And the shells even form islands. Okay, this is the picture of a coral. What are corals? Corals are tiny soft creatures that stick to the seabed. They build a hard chalky shell around themselves. Yes, next you have already seen starfish. It looks like a star, isn't it? Yes, starfish and sea urchins. Okay, they are also sea animals. Okay, starfish and sea urchins have a spiny skin. Spiny means the skins covered with knobs are called spiny skin. Okay, they do not have a front and hind ends. So they can move off in any directions. Example, they can move in front and in back also. Okay. Yes. Next we saw about sea anemones. Sea anemones. What are sea anemones? Sea anemones look like a flowers, but they are actually the flesh-eating animals. They are flesh-eating animals. And what is the finger-like structure is called? It is called as the tentacles. These are called as the tentacles. See, what are the use of the tentacles? They are used for catching food. Okay. Yes. Next we move on to octopuses. Octopuses have 8 arms for catching food. How many arms? Can't you remember? 8 arms. See, you can look at the picture. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Octopuses, how many arms does it has? It has 8 arms. What is the use of these arms? To catch food. Okay. And snails and oysters are also related to the octopuses. Snails and oysters. Their body is covered by a shell, and some of them live in rivers and lakes, and some lives in the sea, and some snails lives on land. Okay. And next we want to crabs and prawns. Crabs and prawns have a shell that covers their body. They have many pairs of legs. Many pairs. One pair means 2 legs. Okay, they have many pairs. And some lives on ponds and some lives in rivers, and while some lives in sea also. Okay. Next we move on to spiders and scorpions. Spiders and scorpions are related to crabs, prawns and insects. Okay, spiders and scorpions are related to crabs, prawns and insects, and they have a pair of feelers. Okay, feelers, F-E-E-L-E-R-S. Pair means 2 feelers, and 4 pairs of legs. And many spiders spin webs with a silken thread they make themselves. A scorpion has a sting, S-T-I-N-G, sting. In its tail, you can look at the picture. This is called as a sting. What is the purpose of the sting? The scorpion uses it to kill the small animals. Okay. Yes. Next we move on to, I'm just revising it, so I'm going fast. Okay. Next, insects. Insects are the most common boneless. It does not have a bones. Okay. Insects, and their body is covered by a hard skin, and they have 3 pairs of legs and a pair of feelers. Okay, and most baby insects do not look like their parents. This is very important. Most baby insects do not look like their parents. Some have special names like caterpillar. You can look at the picture also. Yes. And as they grow, they shed their skin. As they grow, they shed their skin and grow new skin because their skin cannot stretch. And some babies rest inside the case after they grow a bit. Inside the case, they slowly changed into adults. Okay, example is butterfly. Okay, butterfly is grown up and baby butterfly is called as the caterpillar. So both are not looking same. Okay, they does not look like their babies or their parents. Babies do not look like a parents. Okay, and as they grow, they shed their skin and their new skin grows because they cannot, their skin cannot stretch. Okay, yes, yes. Next, that's it. Next, we move on to the bees. Bees gives us, what is the bees gives? Honey bees. Bees gives us wax and honey, and they build their hives with the wax which they make themselves, as they make honey from the juice of flowers. How does it makes the honey? Which it makes from the juice of the flowers. Okay. Yes. Yes. Next we move on to silkworm. Silkworm. Okay. Yes. You can look, silk thread is made from the cocoons of silkworms. The baby silk moth is called as silkworm. The baby silk moth, M-O-T-H, is called as silkworm. It spins a case with fine silken thread, and the case is called as cocoon. Okay, the case is called as cocoon. The baby silk moth is called as silkworm. And what does it spins the silken thread? No, that case is called as the cocoon. And the cocoon is boiled. How does this silk is made? The cocoon is boiled to kill the silkworm. When it is boiled, the silkworm is killed. Okay, and then the thread is used to make the silk. This is the process of making silk. Okay, and most insects, some insects are harmful and some insects are harmful. What are they? Mosquitoes, isn't it? Mosquitoes and flies spread diseases. Malaria, for example, the mosquito spreads malaria. Dengue also, isn't it? Yes, some insects eat the food plants we grow. Termites eat up food. Termites, crayons, that's called termites. Termites eat up wood. They are called as, which eat the wood, are called termites. And some worms, for example, earthworm. Some worms are very useful. Okay, worms are also many kinds. Yes, worms are of many kinds, and some live on land and some live in water. And some worms can get into our body, and we have to take medicines to get rid of them, isn't it? Earthworms. Earthworms is the friend of the farmer. It is called as the friend of the farmer. Earthworms are very useful, and they make the soil fertile. Plants grow well in fertile soil. Okay, this earthworm is considered as the friend of the farmer. Okay, children, we'll move on to the book exercises. I think you have all finished. Just revise it. We'll revise the book exercises. Okay. Yes. First one, filling the blanks. Sea anemones have tentacles to catch food. Tentacles, spelling Tentacles. Tentacles. Sea anemones have tentacles to catch food. Octopuses squirt an inky liquid, liquid, to hide from enemies. And insects have 3 pairs of legs. How many pairs? 3. Insects have 3 pairs of pair. 3 pairs means 6 legs. And silk is made from the cocoon. Spelling is COCOON. Cocoon of silkworms. Silk is made from the cocoon of silkworms. Bees gives us wax and honey. Bees gives us wax and honey. Okay. Next we move on to the question answers. Question answers. What are the questions? How many questions are there in this lesson? There are 5 questions. Okay. First question. How many arms does an octopus have? How many arms does an octopus have? The answer is octopuses have 8 arms. How many? 8 arms. Answer is. Second one. Write the names of 4 boneless animals that lives in the sea. What are the boneless animals we saw in the lesson? What are they at the beginning? Yes, what are they? Corals, starfish, sea urchin, and sea anemones. These are the 4 animals. Okay. What are these? Corals, starfish, sea urchin, and sea anemones are the boneless animals that lives in the sea. Next question. Write the names of 2 useful insects and 2 harmful insects. What are 2 useful insects? First one, bees. It gives us honey. Second one, earthworm. It makes the soil fertile. So they are the 2 useful insects. Useful insects are the bees and earthworms. Harmful insects, mosquitoes and flies. Exam. Okay. 2 harmful insects are mosquitoes and flies. Next, fourth one. How are earthworms useful? The answer is earthworms are very useful. How? They make the soil fertile. Okay, they make the soil fertile and plants go well in the fertile soil. Okay, this is the answer. Okay, you can look at that. Earthworms are very useful and they make the soil fertile. And when the soil is fertile, the plants will grow very well in the fertile soil. This is the answer for the fourth one. How are earthworms useful? Okay. Yes. The last question is, name 2 animals that have a shell covering their body. What are the 2 animals that have a shell covering their body? Yes, we have learned in the beginning of the lesson itself, isn't it? Yes. You can look at the pictures. Snails. Snail and oyster. Snail and oyster is the example. Snails and oysters have shell covering their body. Okay. Yes, that's it for today, children. Just go through all the book exercises and learn well. Only book back exercises are asked. So learn all the book back exercises and learn well for your half yearly exam. Thank you, children.